This was my initial take this morning. Representative María Salazar, whose parents were foreigners to America, Cuban exiles, so she's a first-generation American, who I mean, by demonstrated performance, whether they're judges or whether they're congressmen or whether they're senators, doesn't it seem like their grasp on loyalty to America as a nation is incredibly tentative? Which shouldn't surprise anybody. Shouldn't surprise anybody. They're raised in a family whose culture is not America, whose parents were foreign to America. She still maintains her bonds to her non-American heritage by spelling Maria in the Spanish fashion, using the acento ortográfico over the I, which takes extra effort to type out. She would have us extend, quote unquote, dignity to illegal migrant third world invaders who broke into our nation against our national wills and laws. How about this, Maria? It's my suggestion. How about we primary your butt in your R+20 Miami district, where legal Hispanic migrants overwhelmingly favor Trump's deportations of illegal migrants and the gangs, violence, drugs, and lawlessness they bring with them. Here's her own statement from her own X account. Just introduced the Dignity Act. The Dignity Act. Dignity for who exactly? Of 2025. This new and improved permanent invasion of our nation. This new and improved version is the most significant immigration reform bill in a generation, with 20 plus original bipartisan co-sponsors. Oh, I can't wait to get to that list. I want to see who the Republican, the RINO GOP co-sponsors of this bill are. And don't worry, folks, we will. So let's hear what she has to say. Here she is on Fox News. What she has to say about her so-called Dignity Act. Bump up the volume here. Here we go.
And I think that's a fantastic question.
Wait, that doesn't seem like the volume was bumped up. Oh my God, it is. Maybe it's my desktop volume. Okay, let's try it again.
And I think that's a fantastic question. They did break the law. They are illegals or undocumented, but they have been here for more than 5 years, contributing to the economy. Those people, someone gave them a job, and they are needed because we need hands in order to continue being the #1 economy in the world. So why don't we do something Solomonic and let's break the baby?
Why does she have an accent? You know, she was born in Miami. Why does she have an accent if she was born in America?
Be into two. No path to citizenship in my law, no amnesty, no
path to citizenship, no amnesty. You know what that means? That means a permanent underclass of tens of millions of people in our society. Is that what we want? By the way, they're not American citizens, so their children born on American soil will also not be American citizens. So this becomes, because that's not what the 14th Amendment says, folks, there is no such thing as birthright citizenship in American law. It's a lie we've been told all our lives. The children of American non-nationals, people who are not citizens of America, they are not American citizens simply by being born on American soil. They inherit the citizenship of their parents. This would be a multi-generational apartheid. And you think that when the Democrats come back in, they just wouldn't instantly make... What about DACA? What about the Dreamers? This would be tens of millions of new Dreamers.
Path ever. Just bring them out of the shadow.
How can she say not ever? Is she going to be in office forever?
Make them pay a fine for 7 years. That is billions of dollars to the Treasury.
How do these people have billions of dollars? How do they have billions of dollars in fines that they can pay? I thought they were poor. I thought they were desperate.
Make them give us 1% of their salary over 7 years. No federal programs.
1% of their salary, the salary of these illegal migrant third world invaders, is supposed to amount to billions of dollars. So if they have billions of dollars, from their efforts working in America. Why shouldn't American citizens have that wealth? Why shouldn't American citizens have that employment that's generating billions of dollars of wealth? Why are we allowing illegal migrant third world invaders to accumulate billions of 1%? So they have 100 times billions, because she's saying that 1% would amount to billions. So they have $100 billion in wealth that they've accumulated or would accumulate over 7 years. How about we give an opportunity to American citizens to accumulate that wealth?
No health insurance, and
no health insurance. What do we think is going to happen to these people when they get sick or they get injured or they're in a car accident? They're not going to go to the hospital. The hospital's not going to treat them. The doctors are going to work for free. Of course we're going to pay for it, just like we pay for it now.
then they can go back home for Christmas. They can come back, continue working.
I like the idea of them going back home for Christmas. That sounds great. But you can't get back in.
Buying homes, paying taxes, and contributing to the economy. And I think that's a
All right, that's one of her statements. Here's another statement. Let's take a look at the video first, and then we'll take a look at that comment.
If you are undocumented and you have been in the country for more than 5 years, you do not have a criminal record. You're working and paying taxes. You can come out of the shadows with no fear and apply for the dignity status.
I say we do this as a trap. I say we do this as a trap. Someone should start posting that this thing has passed, and everyone should call ICE. We have a special phone number. We have a special phone number for qualifying, for applying for the Dignity Act. This is the phone number right here. 188-DHS2-ICE. Just call that number and you can enroll in the Dignity Act. That sounds like a great plan to me. By the way, no criminal record. You know, in Colorado, they're passing or have passed a law that allows illegal migrant third world invaders who've been convicted of crimes to get their criminal record cleansed just so it won't cause them immigration problems. Do you know, are you aware that illegal migrants who get arrested for crimes, frequently the charges are dismissed by these left-wing judges simply because they know the criminal charges will complicate their immigration position? It's all a lie.
That means they will pay a fine of $7,000 over 7 years.
Wait, now it's only $7,000 over 7? I thought it was going to be billions. How many illegal migrants do we have in America anyway, María Salazar? If a $7,000 fine per illegal migrant adds up to $1 billion, you know what? Who wants to watch the small town lawyer do math? How does $7,000 per illegal migrant third world invader add up to $1 billion? What's $1 billion? It's a 1 with 9 zeros, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's $1 billion. $7,000 is a 7 with 3 zeros. If we divide 1 billion by 7,000, we get, let me get some commas in here, 142,000 illegal migrants. She should be raising trillions of dollars with these fines. Trillions of dollars.
By their own health insurance with no access to any federal programs and contribute 1% of their salary to the United States Treasury. That is $50 billion plus. Just do the math.
That is $50 billion plus. I love how she just makes up numbers. I wonder what her credit card debt looks like. Look at all the money I saved, honey. This purse, it used to be $5,000, but it's discounted down to $3,000. We just saved $2,000. And it's Louis Vuitton.
In return, they will never be deported. They will be able to go home for Christmas or to go bury their mother and come back to the United States to continue working and paying taxes. It gives them a dignified life in the
Why can't they have a dignified life back in Mexico or Guatemala or Venezuela or Haiti? Why do those nations provide only an opportunity for a life without dignity? And if those nations of which they are citizens are that terrible, why do we want to import those citizens here?
promised land, period. If you are
On the comment to that video by DC Drano, a good follow on X says, we do not reward people for avoiding law enforcement for 5 years. We deport them. Nobody is above the law, Maria. To me, this is akin to someone breaking into your house and they're living in your guest room unlawfully without your permission. And you call the cops say, sorry, that's a civil problem. They're a squatter. They say they have a lease. So you can't get rid of them. But you know what? After 5 years, you've had enough. And you go to get rid of them. And you know what you're told? Well, sure, they broke in. That's unlawful. And they're squatting unlawfully. And they've been doing it for 5 years. 5 years of them consuming scarce American resources. Your guest room, housing, education, healthcare, employment. 5 years of them consuming scarce American resources like human locusts. But you know what? They have been mowing your lawn, and they're really good at lawn mowing. So therefore, they can stay. They can stay in your guest room, and forever you have to pay for them. Thanks for watching this highlight segment of our full-length Law of Self-Defense live stream. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to give us a like and subscribe for more expert analysis on politics, law, and how to be hard to convict. And to watch the full-length episode of this show, just click right here. Stay safe.